You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When the roller rubber hand. That's how he sounds.
I don't know about that.
Got a friend
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
That's how he sounds. What?
I can't be.
You leave me alone. I thought that was good. I thought I was eating with that.
No,
You thought you ate that?
You ate. Oh my God. Welcome to episode 12?
13?
What was that sound?
Me, my panic.
Oh, I thought I heard something. I'm just hearing things. Episode 13 or something. Or 12.
I feel like we're starting this off on such a chaotic note.
Should we start over?
No. I think it's hilarious.
I will say this. This is the latest we've ever recorded. It's almost 8 p.m. our time. We're I'm like, my brain doesn't know what to make of anything right now. I finished the movie moments before getting on. Like I feel like it's just we've been rushing. We've had a day.
Yes, I was just thinking that.
Lex, if I think I've had a crazy day, I can't even begin to explain what Lex has gone through. Lex, you want to tell the group?
So it's 5 p.m. and I text Brett and I say, "Hey Brett, like, are you still good to record at 7? We're like talking about time." And he goes, "I just have to finish the movie. Like, Buzz just got here." And in my head, who watched Hocus Pocus fully in its entirety, because I thought that was today's episode, I said, "Buzz, who the fuck is..." And I replied, I think I sent you a text, I said, "Who's Buzz?"
Now, imagine my surprise. I was like, wait a damn, what?
Because in my head, I'm like, was it the cat? Is the cat named Buzz? I was like, no, I just watched it. The cat's not named Buzz. I'm like, he's tripping. Like, that was a typo. Me so confident. I'm like, oh, it's just a typo. He goes, Buzz Lightyear? Right before I make the connecty to that today's episode is Toy Story.
Mind you, she had a costume picked out. She
fully planned.
Had, imagine if I didn't say that. Imagine if I had just said, "Oh, I'm 20 minutes in."
And that very well could have happened, Brett.
And we just come on this Zoom call, and she's dressed like Winifred the Witch, and I am Woody. Like, imagine our surprise.
What would have happened?
I feel like knowing us, we would have been like, "Okay, we're gonna make this work."
Yeah, no, you're so right. You're so right. We combine the two. It's like, oh.
A Hocus story. Yeah, I am glad I brought up the Buzz thing because we probably would have had to postpone it, and then it was a fucking thing, and like, no. Also, I have to give props to Lex's costume today. She's dressed like me. Because I've never been more honored. I
knew Brett was going to eat this up. I knew he had a Woody costume on standby, and he looks, you guys, straight out of the fucking movie. If you don't have visuals on us, like if you pose like in a freeze frame, like that is a still from the movie. That's a still.
Yeah. I think. I mean, this is an official.
You can
Woody
own it. No, you can own it. You can own it.
Costume that I own.
And I do have a yellow shirt. Compete. So. Well, this is better. I knew I couldn't compete, so I was like I have my whole life. If I'm not going to be the prettiest, I'll be funny. And so
are you suggesting that I'm not the prettiest?
No, you're both. I'm saying you are the prettiest, so I had to be
what
funny.
What the fuck are you trying to say? I'm just kidding.
Not me literally complimenting you.
I get it, girl.
And you guys, I just didn't know who to be because I didn't have a costume. I thought I was going to be a witch 10 minutes prior to this. So I said, who's my favorite character in this other than Woody? And it's obviously you.
I respect you so much. I respect you so hard. And I'm honored. And yeah, that screen grab that she's showing off, terrifying. I look like the Blair Witch.
I love this picture so much.
You can still see my buck teeth a little bit. Do you see that?
Oh yeah, your American Girl teeth that you say?
My American Girl teeth.
They're really not.
There's a certain mouth shape I can make. They just
This is a podcast. We're like, wait.
Of the visual element. It's a podcast with a visual element.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Anyway, let's get into the topic at hand.
Mm-hmm.
Toy Story. I mean, I have loved this film for years. Okay, this was a childhood one. We were popping in this motherfucker in the VHS tape constantly. So this rewatch, I was like, was quoting things. I knew a lot of things. I didn't know how familiar with this film I was.
Wow.
Yeah. Not so much.
Girl.
Is that correct?
I start this movie and I go, what happens in this? Yeah. I didn't remember any of the plot, which was kind of fun because I felt like I got to kind of watch it for the first time. But I've definitely seen it before. I definitely had memories of it. I will say when I was a kid, this film creeped me out. And it is... okay, even you said it's a little creepy. And... it's very, very high stakes the whole time, and I think you gave me, like, anxiety as a kid. They're always, like, an inch from, like, being left behind, lost forever, like, brutally, what's the word where they cut off your limbs? Well, that's
lobotomized?
No. What's where they...
severed? Cut?
Sure.
Chopped?
There's, like, a word for when you take off pieces of your
when
limbs.
you lose a limb.
Yeah.
When you are a vegetable. What?
No.
No? Wait, when you're amputated. Amputated.
No.
Amputated. No? Okay. But they do.
Dismembered. Got it. Yeah. So, it wasn't a fave of mine as a kid, but I did like it. I'm sorry, I feel bad saying that. I know you love it.
No, I'm not. I'm like giving her the angry eyes.
He goes, yeah.
No, you don't have to like the same film.
But I did like it. Like I did like it just wasn't on repeat in our house.
I get it. No, I get it. I mean, there's a lot of films that we've watched in this rewatch series where like I did not fuck with them as a kid, but then watching them in my adulthood, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally. And I feel like we've also watched ones where I've like loved it and you've been like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, damn. Then should we just?
We should. And I'm so excited for your perspective on it since you've obviously seen this a million times.
Oh yeah. Well, I was fanboying. I love it.
Can't wait. I got it. Let's fucking do this thing.
So this movie opens for the first time in this rewatch series with the iconic Pixar lamp. What do you think about her? I love her. For me, that intro is like ASMR. It's like the sounds are so like going.
Yep.
It's like I actually want that as my ringtone.
You should honestly should.
I'll find a way. I don't know how to mix sounds into ringtones though. I've tried so many times and I can't do it. Anyway, we open story-wise with Andy playing with his toys. He's got this fucking sick-ass setup with cardboard boxes. All the toys are lined up.
Yeah.
Like, he had a cool-ass imagination setup. That is not how I played with my toys as a kid.
I was just gonna ask, like, how did you play? Because we built little towns like this.
No, I made my action figures, like, perform fellatio on each other and, like, fight, and there was no set pieces.
Suck each other's dick?
Well, they didn't have dicks, but they really made out passionately.
I mean, my Barbies made out passionately as well, for sure.
Yeah, but they were never gay. It was always like it was always Storm.
They were never gay.
Like, the Beast, who would be.
Oh, so you did do like heterosexual kissing?
Yes, it was very. I was like, I was only performing heterosexuality with my imagination play.
You never took the boy dolls and made them kiss, eh?
No.
Interesting. Okay, that's fascinating.
No, there were videos for that on the internet that I would look up later. Anyway, Andy's playing with his toys, and some of his like one-liners are so funny because like it's like Mr. Potato Head's the bad guy. He's like, what's his name? I don't know what his
but
name.
But he does say at one point, he's like, say goodbye to the wife and tater tots.
That's the line that I wrote down. I was like, yes, and he throws it in the crib with his creepy little sister.
Say goodbye to the wife and tater tots.
She's terrifying.
I will say the animation in this film, like the jump between Toy Story 1 to Toy Story 2 animation-wise is very stark because Toy Story 2, they actually look really good.
Oh, shit.
Toy Story 1, it's really blocky and chunky and almost like, what's that called? The Valley?
I do know. Is it the
Uncanny Valley?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the human characters are very like, I don't trust them.
They move kind of weird. Yeah, I totally agree. For the toys, it's kind of okay. The humans are kind of off for sure.
Because it is a very like plastic look to them. And like the humans look plastic, but the toys, I mean, it works for them because they are plastic.
Yeah.
And the classic "You Got a Friend in Me" starts playing, and it's this whole montage with Andy playing with Woody. He's like flinging him around, like Woody's just loving it. They go downstairs, and Andy's mom mentions about how his birthday party's today, and he has to get ready for all the kids to come over, and he like needs to go get his sister from upstairs. So he goes upstairs, gets what's her name, Maggie? Or
Molly or something?
Molly. And runs downstairs, leaves Woody on the bed. And there's this like shot where we zoom in on Woody and he's like just still a toy. And then he like wakes up and I'm like, oh my God, what an iconic moment.
Pull my string, the birthday party's today?
And I forgot Tom Hanks is the fucking voice of Woody. I suddenly was like,
yes.
Tom Hanks, what are you doing here? And someone really famous is Buzz Lightyear too. I looked this up.
Tim Allen.
Yeah, you had that on standby. And watching like all of these toys was really nostalgic to me because like I had some of these, like Monkeys in a Barrel. I had.
Yes.
There were a couple others that I wrote down.
Mr. Potato Head.
Like I feel like we had that when we would like stay at after school care.
Yeah.
Like, I never personally owned a potato. Did you?
No.
Because
what am I doing?
Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
I will say there is like in downtown Disney in Florida, there's like a Mr. Potato Head store or something, and it's like really cool. No, but it's cool because you get you get a potato, and you can pick what pieces you want for your potato, and you can like make him. You can customize your potato anyway. The way the look that you're giving me is like that's so not cool.
Well, I'm like, how is that different from the toy? But like, I love that you love it.
Because when you get it at Toys R Us, there's only so many pieces you can get.
Okay.
This you get to customize your potato.
Amazing, honey.
Sing.
No, I love how much you love this movie. Anyway. It's really cute.
Anyway, there's also like the Etch-a-Sketch. There's like that little microphone guy.
Mm-hmm.
How does it make my head itch? I think I have lice. I don't.
Oh, okay. We'll unpack that after. The other thing that I was thinking as I was watching this is I was like, one thing that I always found different about Pixar than Disney is Pixar is I think Disney is funny, but like Pixar is very funny. They're very clever. They're very self-aware. It's almost like a Shrek vibe. Mm-hmm. Like they were making adult jokes. Like when they had the staff meeting and Mr. Potato Head took off his lips and kissed his own ass, implying that someone was being a kiss ass to Woody. Like I was like, damn, Pixar is funny. And again, I feel like these old movies, it was like very adult themes, like what goes down. Like obviously it's toys and whatever, but like they didn't used to cater down to children, I feel like, the way they do now.
No, I think definitely like their approach to making movies, and with Shrek 2, it was like, we're making a movie that the kids will enjoy and
we loved it. We loved it.
We loved it, and now those are the classics. Those are the ones. Those were the hit makers.
We're talking too down to children, in my opinion. They're smarter
I agree.
Than we think.
I agree, but they're also dumber than we think too, because those jokes will go right over their head.
Oh yeah, for sure. But they're enjoying the other part, and you still get the feeling as a kid. You can always like feel something about a character, even if you don't fully understand what's happening. I feel like
but yeah, the jokes are so freaking funny. Mr. Potato Head Mr. Potato Head's a fucking asshole, but he's like has so many little zingers. And Woody's like waking up and like all the toys. He's like, it's clear. Everyone comes out and all the toys come out and like he's
what
like
a fantastic idea too. Like,
I know.
Did you believe your toys are alive?
After watching this movie, yeah, I would get I would get really scared. It was like I knew they weren't alive, but if I like,
but you also weren't sure.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Mm-hmm. If I like neglected a toy for too long, I would like pick it up and like no, and then like put it back, or like if it fell in a crack, I would feel really bad.
Even like we didn't like watch this movie really big, and like I treated my stuffed animals like if they fell on the floor, I was like, I'm so sorry, and like had to make sure they were like comfortable. And like
they were your kids.
A single mom who was working 2 jobs. When we would travel, and I would have to put my bear I would always unzip a little bit so he could breathe. Mm-hmm. What am I, an animal?
No, that's so funny that you I mean, that doesn't surprise me at all, knowing you. Like, your imagination is still... your imagination still is so, like, amazing to me. Like your little skits that you do on TikTok where it's like how kids actually played with toys. That is literally how we all played with toys, and I didn't realize.
Time to get ready for school. Another day on the streets. What's this? He's died at war. My husband's died at war. Shh, it's okay, my child. I know a place by the sewers. We can eat amongst the rats.
That's why I'm like, oh my god, she's a fucking genius. But yeah, like that totally makes sense. I know you were treating those toys like they came out of you.
But I know you were too, because you're a kind and loving person, and I know you were taking care of those toys.
Having sex with each other too.
Well, so were mine.
Oh.
But you're welcome, toys. Like, come on. What do you mean?
Yeah.
You don't want to?
No. I mean, yes, I do. It depends on the toy, I think. Honestly, like, my action figures were hot.
I didn't mean you have sex with the toys.
Oh.
I just can't. But okay.
If they were human size, I would.
No, I get it.
You would too.
No, I please. You know I would.
Those are hot. Anyway, yeah, Woody's just walking around.
I love you so much.
Woody's walking around. He's having interactions. Like Rex tries to scare him, and he's like such a dweeb. And it was like
Rex,
funny.
the anxious T-Rex, is so funny.
Yeah, and then he talks to like Bo Peep, and she's like such a sex pot. I didn't realize how like sexy her voice was.
And she's
like
into him.
She's into him. And then I love this pun got me so bad. Like it's like this movie's filled with fucking dad jokes, but I think that's my humor. She's like flirting with him, and she's like, just remember, I'm only a couple blocks away, and she walks by some blocks.
Remember, I'm just a couple of blocks away.
I was like, you...
I didn't get that. I didn't even catch that.
She's like, I'm only a couple blocks away. Girl,
that's good. I would have folded.
So good. So good. But Woody starts this basically like town hall meeting with all the toys because he's like the leader.
Clearly
he's like
the leader.
The main toy. He's Woody. He's Andy's favorite. Like he is the leader of the pack, and he's talking about how they need to get their moving buddies and prepare for their move, and that how this one got me too. How last week's plastic erosion meeting.
Tuesday night's plastic corrosion awareness meeting was, I think, a big success, and we want to thank Mr. Spell for putting that on for us. Thank you, Mr. Spell.
You're welcome.
Like what?
It's funny. It's funny. It's funny.
Thanks to Mr. Spell. And also how the birthday party was moved today, which makes all the toys freak out because they hate birthday parties. They hate Christmas because that means
I didn't get that.
The toys are entering the villa.
Yeah. A new bombshell entered the villa. Exactly.
Yeah. And they're scared. They're like, I don't know what to expect. Like, are we going to be replaced? All this stuff. Woody's like, no, calm down. Don't worry about it. Mr. Potato's head is like, easy for you to say because you're the fucking favorite.
Yeah, he's so
bitter.
About
us? Yeah, Mr. Potato has such a
He's a hater. He's for sure a hater. Yeah.
But it also made me think, who would have been the Woody in your toy box?
That's such a great question.
Because I think I knew mine. Mine would have been my Sailor Moon Barbie that I left at my cousin Sarah's house, who lives in St. Louis, and I never got it back.
You would remember that. That's the type of thing that traumatized as a child, for sure.
That was my favorite. Yes, and when she was gone, it was bad for me. I also had this Ariel like plush. She was probably she was pretty big, and she had beautiful like red silky hair. And one day I was playing with her, whatever. She got dirty. And my fucking dad, fuck you, Dave. Just kidding. He threw her in the wash.
Oh no! What
and her
happened?
hair got so matted, and she was ruined.
Did you cry?
I'm sure I did.
I can see your pain even now.
I'm sure I did. I was upset. But she was definitely the leader of the pack too. But something traumatic always happened to my favorite toys. It was like
That's dark.
Sorry, I don't know.
No, it's okay. I mean, speak your truth.
Yeah. Anyway, what about you? Who would have been your?
I feel like I had a Barbie that I loved, one specific Barbie, but I had a mermaid Barbie. Bath time hit so hard. I remember once, I'm gonna out myself and my sister. She had this little top, and on the back it was attached by a little piece of plastic. And I used to make my Barbies fuck each other all the time. So I had taken off the top, which meant I undid the piece of plastic. And I remember the next day my sister and I were playing in the tub. She goes, This is something only fucking sisters notice. That little bitch. Fuck you, Leah. She goes, why is the plastic off your Barbie? Did you take your Barbie's top off? Did you make your Barbies have sex? First of all, how'd you figure that out so fast?
She
if you were doing
known.
the same thing. Second of all, fuck you! And she goes, Mom! I get told on. My mom doesn't give a single fuck. She goes, okay.
She's like, work, bitch. She's like, yeah, girl.
Yeah,
and how was it?
Yeah. She's such a cool mom. She's like, so what's the can? Show me.
You just know, like, our faces when we were making our Barbies fuck were like,
ew,
like biting lip, like imagine your parents walking in on you making your Barbies fuck have like rough sex.
I need like toy
traumatizing
POV of like us being like
drooling, drooling over your Barbies. Literally,
I'm obsessed with you and the fact you did this too. And then it's just like
we all
experience. We all did it. And if you said you didn't, you're a liar.
You're lying. Even if you only had fucking Lincoln Logs, I know you're making your Lincoln Logs rub.
You were bumping those logs together, like
we're all. That's just how your brain thinks. I don't know.
You're just like a savage little creature trying to figure out the world.
Right. That's how you learn.
This is how. And I also had a Build-A-Bear that I was fucking obsessed. She was like my child. Like, we were so in it. I would pretend that I was like a mom, and every day I would go to work to pay for my child. I put apartment letters on my bedroom door and my sister's. And I got so in it. I did it like a hotel. You know how one side is like odd numbers and one is even? We were on the same side. So I did both of ours were odd numbers, and they were like 2 apart.
That's incredible. I feel like girl play and boy play like is so fucking different.
And I thought about that during this movie.
Yeah. Like, I feel like it's like when girls play, it's so organized and like I love when like girls play teacher or girls play like classroom. It cracks me up.
I definitely did that.
So,
and I would print worksheets, and I would make my friends do the worksheets. And what would you guys? It got banned in my friend group.
Boys, I would like just make my action figures fight, like or even my Barbies. When I had Barbies, I would make them fight. Like, yeah, like hair whip, like it was like it was almost like soap opera level drama, like between.
That was the same with girls. We did the soap opera drama too, but
yeah,
I do know what you mean. There are some differences for sure. I was not setting things on fire or launching them on rockets.
I wasn't either, but I was
that's
more
a Sid vibe.
Yeah, I think that was like future psychopath vibes. I don't know anyone that tortured their toys.
Okay,
and if you did, you like are weird.
Yeah, maybe talk to someone about it.
And I hope you did. And God bless you. If you're not in prison.
God bless you.
And God bless you. So
the toys are having an anxiety attack about the upcoming birthday.
The impending birthday party, and they are like losing their minds. The birthday party guests start arriving. They're like, shit, what are we gonna do? Woody's like, calm down, I'll send the troops down to spy on the party and we'll get visual.
Love this scene.
When these little green men appear, I'm instantly obsessed. These are like some of my favorite characters in the movie because they are so like so fucking fucked up in the head. Like they think they are real soldiers, but it's like so funny.
It's so funny as they take the gigantic walkie-talkie. I did remember this scene, and they go to like hide in the kind of like the little plant that they have in the corner.
Yes.
And they're fully talking in army talk, and everyone's taking it so seriously. Oh my god, it's so good. And I love in the Disney parades whenever I see these green men. I get so excited.
I know.
Like the guy's fully in green.
And they eat it up.
They do.
They eat it up.
It's made me want to go to Disney.
Oh my god, I can't wait to go. I love
Disney World. I can't wait.
We will. So the green men are reporting back to the toys in Andy's room about the presents that Andy's opening. And it's like a lunchbox. It's like one of them's bed sheets, and Mr. Potato Head's like, who invited that? Like, come on.
Also, did you notice Mr. Potato Head when he's really nervous is going like this?
Mr. Potato Head's so fucking funny.
He honestly is really funny.
But they basically get to the last present and they're like, oh, phew, it's nothing crazy. It's like a board game or something. And then Andy's mom pulls a present out of the closet. And they're like, oh my god, there's one more present. And the toys start freaking out and the radio like breaks, goes silent. So they don't get to hear what the toy was. And then Andy enters the room with all of his friends, and they're playing with his new toy that he just opened. And they're so excited about it. Woody gets pushed off the bed and like in a very metaphorical way, and like gets replaced.
True. This movie is kind of deep.
I know. And then all the kids leave, and then the toys have a moment to see who this new toy is. And there's this very dramatic shot of like Woody peering over the bed, and he sees that it's a Buzz Lightyear toy.
The way you can recount this is amazing.
I have seen this film.
I was like, oh wow. It's like I'm watching it again.
If I had a buffalo nickel for every time I saw this fucking film.
So I have to ask, now that we're all here, and I'm dressed like you, and you're dressed like Woody, how did it all start? Were you in love with Woody as a kid? Are you in love with Woody now?
No.
Oh.
I was not. This whole thing started as a joke. And it started with me just getting him repeatedly on the filters. And it's almost as if it was Stockholm Syndrome, because every time he appeared after this became a thing, I was like, oh, there he is. To the point that I got a mental complex. I can't believe I'm even saying this online. I got a mental complex where like if I saw a tall, skinny brunette man like out in public, I was like,
are you serious?
Maybe that's my Woody. I was like becoming attracted to tall, skinny brunette men with weird faces.
There is some truth to this.
There is now truth to it because
wow.
I know.
That's fascinating.
Because I'm like, maybe it is fate. You know, maybe I am meant to be with a Woody type. But like the more I saw it, the more I shifted. You know, I could see I'm like short, you know, and like I could see myself with a tall man. Like
tall kind of like scarecrow vibe.
Yeah. But his face I'm not particularly attracted to. Especially in this movie.
A bit of a butter face.
Frightening. Oh, yeah, because you just like him for his body.
That's what I was implying. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. Woody's got a banging body. I know
his little like sewed knees are so scary. But I was like, the detail in this is fucked. Like the scuffs on the bottom of the boards, like everything like that. So good. But anyway, continue your story. This is why we really came here.
No, but it really just became that, and now every time I see Woody, it's kind of like, oh God, like I feel like people think I like rig it a lot of the time when he shows up, but he really does show up a lot. Like something's wrong with that particular filter where he just shows up a lot, at least for me. It
doesn't happen to me, so I don't know.
But like every time he shows up, I'm so happy because the lore continues.
Right, and totally.
Y'all make me so happy when you keep it alive in the comments and like bring up Woody, even on videos where he's not in it or when he hasn't showed up for a while and they're like, I miss Woody. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
It happens on my page. I get Woody and people go, Brett's not going to be happy about that. All the comments. Or people will be like, how could you do this to Brett? Or like, I'm literally sitting there like...
It's
like the lore is so powerful. I remember one video I did. I got Yzma like 4 times. I'm not kidding you. 60% of the comments. This is your Woody. Yzma's your Woody. Yzma's
really? I have seen that though. And then, but I was looking through your videos trying to find the original Yzma video, and I couldn't find it. But you were getting that gal a lot.
Honestly, I could kind of see us.
No, don't do that to yourself. Don't even start.
She is a go-getter. She's funny. Okay.
You're out of her league, honey. You're out of her
league.
League.
So nice of you. I honestly think you're a little out of Woody's league too, but
I know that, and that's part of the appeal. I like that.
Oh, you know what? That makes sense.
I like feeling like the princess.
I get you. And you would be. Oh my God, you would be.
You think he'd take care of me on a ranch that we share?
The way you're asking me this, yeah, honey, of course. I do. I would love to visit, and he would just be like drooling after you, like whatever you need, whatever you want, and that's what
I would hope so. I would dress like Bo Peep too.
I think he'd like that.
I think he would too. I think I look good in a bonnet. I have never tried one on, but I think I would look good.
Everything you say is like the most Leo thing I've ever heard in my life. I've actually never worn a bonnet, but I knew it would look good.
I think I look good in a bonnet.
I want him to like me more than I like him.
Duh. I thought everybody thought that way, but I guess not. No, not everyone wants to be the princess. Hello.
But that's why we love you. That's why we love you.
Oh my God, thank you. Well, yeah, that's really how the Woody lore started. But it never started in my childhood. No, I never was like, I never saw toy Woody and was like, ooh, let me get a piece of that. No.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
If you had, I would have been like,
I know, concerning. Well, especially in this movie, Woody.
He's
I will say, Woody.
creepy.
Woody in this movie is different than Woody in 2, 3, 4, whatever.
His
He's
giant
like,
circle eyes.
yeah, and he's way more snarky in this film. He's like not like I feel like in the other movies he's so like holier than thou, like so nice, cares about all the toys.
He's like a little bit of like he's so selfish in this. Yeah.
Which I kind of preferred him in this movie compared to the other movies because he's like I think he's funnier in this movie.
He's more realistic, probably.
More real, more relatable. Like if you were getting replaced, oh God, you would be pissed.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. That's why I think this film is deep. Like even Buzz and his complete crisis of identity, we'll get there. But like it's even though it's toys, like it's very like layered and nuanced.
Right. Yeah. I love this fucking movie.
It's really good.
Woody enters the bed and sees that Buzz is there, and he is fully in his like Space Ranger fantasy. He's like trying to call his Space Ranger coworkers with his little like arm radio.
He goes, they never answer. It's like
and then he sees the box that he came in, which is a rocket ship, and he's like, my ship. He's like, it's like all damaged because they obviously had to get him out of the box, and he's like, his new mission is like to repair his ship. But Woody pops on the bed and he's like, hi, welcome to Andy's room. I'm Woody and you're kind of in my spot right now, so if you could kindly get off, that would be great.
So tense.
And it's just so funny watching them interact.
It's so funny. And they had another like kind of zinger, like a Pixar kind of zinger. They were like, where are you from? And he was like, Planet Zorg or whatever the fuck. And like the other toys are like, oh, I'm from Mattel. And he's from, and then they get like, well, I'm from a company that was like purchased by Mattel.
Rex.
But yeah, like, okay, I kept thinking of you though, because I was like, what's the like toy thing here? Are all toys convinced that they're real? And do they eventually realize it? Are not all toys convinced? I was thinking of you because I was like, these logistics don't totally make sense to me. How come some toys know they're toys and other toys don't?
I always assumed it was like when you're fresh out of the box, or you
That's
haven't
what I was wondering.
or when you don't have a kid, then you kind of are confused because the aliens, who are also kind of toys still in their box, they are convinced of their reality as well.
Okay, so you do learn your reality. I see.
I think it's like trial by fire with the toys.
That
like
makes
imagine.
sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But all the other toys, like you said, introduce themselves to Buzz, and they start realizing how cool Buzz is.
He's
and
cool.
Potato Head's kind of like giving some little zingers to Woody, being like, "Oh, he has a voice box. Woody's voice box sounds like he's got run over by a train," and like all this stuff, like making Woody mad. And it's really funny. But if I would be mad too if I was Woody. I really would. If you were getting replaced,
so
like
would
that,
I. Yeah,
I'd be so insecure.
Suck. So would I.
But Woody starts having a crisis and he's talking to Bo, and he's like, don't worry, they'll come back. Like, I'm still Andy's favorite, yada, yada, yada. And then we have this montage of this song. I think it's called Strange Things by Randy. All these songs are by Randy Newman. Strange things are happening.
I just don't know about it.
Strange
It sounds like you're doing a lisp.
That's how he sounds. Strange things are happening to me in my life. But it's this montage of Andy like totally becoming obsessed with Buzz.
Yes.
Woody's posters get replaced with Buzz Lightyear posters. Like his bed sheets get replaced with Buzz Light. Like
that was sad.
Hurt.
So was I. And I forgot. They also had the flying scene, which honestly Buzz kind of ate that up. He was like, "You can't fly," and Buzz was like, "Bitch, watch me," and he fully did. And I think that's one thing I kind of love about Buzz as a character is he kind of like, as much as he's delusional, he kind of makes his own reality.
I know. It really is a lesson in manifestation.
You literally took the words like out of my mouth. Yep. If you believe in something, you can literally essentially make it true. Like he literally flew multiple times in this movie. I loved when Mr. Potato was like, impressive wingspan. I was like,
yeah, I know.
Porn vibes, but yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I know. And it's so, whatever, we'll get to that later. But yeah, we have this whole montage scene and Woody's realizing like, oh shit, I am getting replaced.
Big time.
And he starts freaking out. We also get like different little mini scenes in this montage
The
where
workout class.
where Buzz is like messing with all the other toys and like getting to know them. I love the scene where he's styling the troll doll's hair.
Yeah, me too.
So into it. Oh my god, it was so funny. But
I felt so bad for Woody when the kid goes to sleep and Woody's like in the toy chest.
Yeah, that's how it ends. Andy's like choosing between Woody and Buzz, and he wants to just lay with Buzz in his bed, and then he puts Woody in the fucking toy box. Yeah. Oh god,
yeah, it was dark. Yeah.
But it like we get a cut to, and it's this morning, and Woody wakes up from the toy box,
and then Shark is wearing his hat, and he goes, "Look at me,
he's like, I'm Woody. Howdy, howdy, howdy."
It's not so knowing the exact quote. It was so funny.
Hi, I'm Woody. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Yeah, that little shark. But he walks over to Buzz, and Buzz is showing off how Andy wrote his name.
Your chief, Andy, wrote on my shoe.
Yeah, and like Woody's just obviously feeling a certain type of way about it.
Yeah.
But what
they're about to have this fight because he's trying to fix his thing, and he goes, "Hand me the unidirectional bonding strip," and then they're like, "Mr. Lightyear wants more tape." I was like, singer after singer, like it's so funny. And then essentially, kind of Woody like gets up in his face, and I think he pops his hood off, and Buzz is like doing the most. He's like, and then he's like, "Wait, I can breathe," and then they kind of start like fighting a little bit.
Yeah, because Woody's like, "Oh, you actually do think you're a space ranger? I thought it was a bit."
Yes.
And Woody's being such a fucking asshole about it.
Because he's so insecure. Again, like you said, it's relatable. Yeah. His character, he's very dislikable but relatable.
Yeah, it's so funny. And they're fighting, and then all of a sudden they hear Sid laughing out the window.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, all the toys go to
investigate.
Scared
the shit out of me as a kid.
Yes, and Sid, if you haven't seen the movie, I'm sure you have, because you would be weird if you haven't. Sid is basically Andy's neighbor who's like a psychopath in the making. He like tortures all of his toys, and he's in the process of shooting. He's exploding.
He strapped an explosive to like a little army guy.
Yeah, the little army guy, Combat Carl. And yeah, Buzz wants to go save him, but the toys are like, "Don't do it, don't do it." Yeah, and he gets totally blown to smithereens. And
then I think they basically are like, then doesn't the mom take them to Pizza Planet like right after that?
Yes, because so we have like this little scene later on where Andy's mom is talking about how they're going to Pizza Planet and he can only bring one toy.
Oh, this was so sad but cute.
Yeah, and Woody's like, "Fuck, like I know he's about to take Buzz." And Woody grabs the magic 8-ball and he's like, "Will I be taken to Pizza Planet?" And the ball's like, "Not very likely." And he throws the ball like off the table into like the ledge between the wall and the table.
He goes, "Idea."
Yeah, Woody gets a fucking malicious idea where he's going to push Buzz into that crack. So he gets stuck, and then he gets taken to Pizza Planet instead of Buzz. So he tries to do that. He's like, "Buzz, lost toy. Like, go save the toy." And
this was dark. He like uses his own hero instincts to basically like try to get him lost forever behind this ledge. Yeah.
Yeah. And the plan backfires because Buzz like dodges it, but then the like world globe falls and like an Indiana Jones like almost crushes him, and he gets like basically knocked out of the window and falls into the bushes, and the toys think like, "Oh my god, he's fucking dead."
Yeah.
And then they think he fell on accident at first, and then they're like, "Oh no, it wasn't an accident. Woody pushed him because he's jealous," and they start to revolt against Woody. Just in time though, Andy shows up and takes him away. And all the toys are convinced that Buzz is fucking dead or in Sid's yard. They're like, "He's gone now."
Mm-hmm.
It's like, damn.
And didn't they? Oh yeah, at one point when they're like yelling at Woody, the Etch-a-Sketch draws a noose, implying that they're gonna kill him. I was like, "God damn!"
Yes.
And the T-Rex is like, "I don't like confrontations." Like it's just like so many of the lines are so fucking funny.
When the little green soldier man pops up, he's like, "You're a disgrace, soldier!" Like they all jump on it. Like it's so freaking funny.
They're so funny.
But basically, Woody gets taken to Pizza Planet, and Buzz sees that Woody is getting taken away in the car, and he's like, "Oh, I'm pissed off at this biatch. I'm gonna go in the car with him and fight him." So Buzz gets in the car with all of them. He like hangs on the roof, but all the toys in the meantime start looking for Buzz, and they can't find him. So they think he's just fucking gone. They think he's dead.
And this is like, okay, so when Woody and Buzz are like at the gas station and they finally are like having their fight, they have this huge blow up fight and then they're about to kind of go their separate ways. And Woody, because he's like kind of like steeped in this, like he's trying to like manipulate his way back into the good books. He's like, I can't leave Buzz. He would leave Buzz if no one would be mad at him. He's only like going back because he wants like the morale. I know, it was like, it's kind of like a dark side of humanity. Woody kind of shows us.
I feel like Woody is kind of a narcissist in this film. Like
100%. I thought the same thing.
Yeah, he fully is only caring about how he looks and his outcome and you know, him being top dog.
How am I going to convince these guys that was an accident? Like, not like, what have I maybe done wrong in this situation?
Yeah, I know. And it's so funny because I think people probably thought Woody was a fucking asshole and that's why they made him so much nicer in the other films in the franchise because they want to sell merchandise, they want to sell all these things, and they want to make him a likable character.
Right.
But it is like, at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, I kind of miss when he was a snarky asshole.
And like you said, it's just like, it feels more real. Like, those characters that are so perfect, they don't feel real. I feel like Woody kind of becomes perfect in the later movies.
All the toys become perfect. I know, it's like, I feel like the more, like, because now I think they're making a fifth one, and it's like, dude, let the characters go. They should have ended it at 3. 3 was such a perfect ending.
Was it? Is that where Andy gets old?
Yeah.
And goes
you haven't seen that one?
I think I have.
Oh my god, that one's so fucking good.
I feel like it makes me really sad.
Yeah. That one. Well, I think the second one's really well. They're all.
I don't
really
remember
good.
the second one. Maybe we need to watch that.
The second one's so good.
I love how much you love it.
Oh my god. Well, yeah. Anyway, yeah, like you said, they confront each other in the car and they start fighting, and they basically get left behind. The fight gets outside of the car, and they're at the gas station or whatever.
Yep.
And they get left behind at the gas station, and Woody's like, "You fucking dumb toy." And like this whole time Woody's like trying to confront him and be like, look, like now we're lost, like look what you've done. And Buzz is like still trying to connect with the Space Rangers, and he's like
the fate of the universe is in my hands now, you fucked it up. And this is again where we see the manipulative side of Woody, because he's like, okay, this isn't gonna work, so I'm just gonna start gaslighting this man into feeding his own delusions to get him to come with me. So he sees the Pizza Planet van and he knows they're going to Pizza Planet, and it looks like convenient, like a spaceship. All this gave me so much anxiety as a kid. These scenes are so stressful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is like very much like what would happen to a toy. Like
exactly. The world is so big and scary. How are they going to get anywhere?
Yeah,
they don't have maps.
But that was so fucking genius of Woody. He's like, "Yeah, there's a spaceship, Buzz. Let's get in the spaceship." And they get in the car. It's so funny.
This is so funny. He goes, "The cockpit will be safer," and he was 100% right.
He was right.
He straps himself in. He's like.
Just like sitting, yeah, and then Buzz is like, I mean, Woody's in the back of the car just getting the fuck hammered. Up. Oh my god, it's so funny.
Have you been to the Pizza Planet in Disneyland?
No, no.
You love this movie. There's fully a Pizza Planet with the giant spaceship and everything. Oh, we're going.
Yeah, I want to go so bad. But Pizza Planet looks sick as fuck.
It looks so fun.
I want to go there, we have nothing like that in the real world. Like, why? Like, Chuck E. Cheese is kind of like cheap, like,
right?
You know, there's nothing like that. And like, you think that would be a cash cow? Like, after Disney should have made Pizza Planets everywhere.
They should have. Where they really lean in, like them getting scanned before they enter and everything else.
I know, it's so
cool. I want to be there. I totally agree. I wrote in all caps, I want to be there. So I guess, then we do cut to Pizza Planet, and the toys come up there. How do they get there? Oh yeah, they go into the Pizza Planet van. They get there. They decide to hide in the trash to kind of sneak in. And we get the panning shots of Pizza Planet. All the kids are fucking feral, like I would be. There's a scene where some kid's pouring like pop into his cup, and it says alien slime. I was like, it was kind of like Camp Rock when they had the trumpets.
It's the theming. I'm a sucker for just a well-themed like experience. Like a rainforest cafe or whatever. I love it. I love it. Even though the food is totally microwave, like kids' cuisines. It's totally I don't care. It's fine. But yes, they make it into Pizza Planet, and they are hiding between the arcade machines, and they see Andy and his mom pushing the stroller, and Woody's like, okay, we are going to jump in the stroller and everything's going to be fine, yada, yada. Buzz is like, sees a crane machine that's shaped like a rocket ship. And he is like, oh my God, there's my rocket. Gotta go in it. So he goes through into the crane machine, and Woody's like, fuck, I have to go get him. I can't jump in and go home. He's like, I have to go follow Buzz, which he does. And we're introduced to my favorite characters in the film.
These are your fucking favorite characters, the little aliens?
I love the fucking aliens.
They're so creepy.
They're like, stranger from the outside. It's so good. And Buzz is like, who's your leader? Like, can I speak to your leader? And they're like, the claw. And they point to the claw machine. I just love their whole life that they live, where they just are
so sad.
They seem happy. They just want to be chosen by the claw. So
it creeps me out. It gives me like scary cult. Even as a kid, I was like, I'm scared of what's happening.
But
here.
even in the other movies, like those characters are so funny.
They are
like,
so funny. They're hilarious.
Like when Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head adopt the aliens as their children.
They what?
It's like this very sub plot in like Toy Story 2 where Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head like adopt the alien. It's so funny. But anyway, Buzz and Woody are like fighting in the crane machine to leave, and they're about to, but then Sid arrives at the crane machine and they have to play dead, and they try to hide themselves under the aliens, but Sid gets an alien and exposes Buzz, and he's like, there's a Buzz Lightyear toy, and the crane like goes down and
he's the only kid
Buzz.
who can play this game well. Like no one gets a toy. He gets two.
This is the most unrealistic part of this film. Not like the fact that this crane machine held on to that thing, and like Buzz is like, I mean, Woody's like pulling back.
There's just no way.
Those cranes, if you play them, it is like you could breathe wrong.
And it falls right out.
100%. It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
But anyway, Sid somehow manages to get both Buzz and Woody, because Woody's holding on to Buzz's leg, and he takes them home to his torture chamber.
Literally torture chamber.
Torture chamber.
And I think, this is where we're literally taken to Sid's house, and it's so terrifying. Again, the details are all there. He's got the I heart explosive signs above his bed. There's like there's a tub of gasoline. Like everything you see more concerning than the last.
Yeah, this kid's fucked up.
This kid, he has this like altercation with his sister when he comes in and he steals her toy, and then he goes to operate on this toy. He's pretending to be a doctor, and he's clearly going to do some like lobotomy terrible thing. And Buzz has the most funny line. He goes, I don't believe that man's ever been to medical school. It's like,
that's so funny. Yeah, and then he like basically Frankensteins this doll's head, and like this doll, and like puts a pterodactyl head on the doll's body, and he shows it to his sister, and he's like, Jeannie's all better now.
Oh my God!
His sister is like, and like runs away.
And like I think that's what upset me a lot about this movie is like, if these toys were real, which in this movie they are, that is like a horror movie. Like a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like a Saw. This is giving Saw.
It's like giving like Human Centipede. Like crazed doctor.
In his lava lamp, there's like heads of toys floating around.
It's so funny. Yeah, so like Sid basically leaves the room to go argue with his mom about like how he didn't torture his sister. And Woody and Buzz get to have like a little look around the room, and they see how fucked up it is. Like, and they're all like, Woody tries to escape but can't. And all of a sudden, like Sid's little Frankenstein toys start coming out from like under his bed.
Shone the fucking flashlight on the baby. Immediately I was triggered because I was like, I don't really remember what happens. I remember that baby. That baby haunted me in my dreams.
Yeah.
Terrifying. The spider baby.
The spider baby, and also the hook girl, like the hooker. That's so funny.
I never got that.
I didn't get that till later in life, and I was like, that's fucking funny. It's like this hook, this like fishing hook with like sexy legs. But it's like, this is just like Island of Misfit Toys on crack, like these fucked up toys. And Woody and Buzz go to hide from them, and they see all the toys like gather around and like try, like they're like fucking with the toy that Sid just fucked up. And they think that they're eating them.
Yeah,
like,
he goes, they're cannibals.
They're cannibals. Like, come on. It's just so freaking funny. But then we cut back to Andy's house, and Andy pulls up, and he's talking about how Woody's not with him anymore, so he lost Woody. And all the toys hear this, and they're like, oh shit, Woody ran away because he's guilty.
Yeah.
Regardless, they're like, he's gone. Woody's gone. He left.
And aren't they? They're still trying to find Buzz.
Still
and
trying to find Buzz.
I think this is when they're using the monkeys. And one of them like yells at the cat, and he's like, "Whiskers, get out of the way! You're interfering with the search and rescue." I was just like,
the little one-liners in this film are unlike any fucking thing,
because it's so in the world, and it's clearly toys, but it's like with these adult things, like it's so good. And there's a roller coaster in Disney World. It's like the Slinky Dog roller coaster. Have you ever done it?
No.
It's brand new, but they've built it so that you feel like a toy, because they've built gigantic like boxes. Like, did you ever play with Kinects? Like,
yeah,
all the railings are like life-size Kinects.
Holy shit!
There's like, oh my god, I actually was like, I am in a toy box right now. It is the coolest thing ever. I feel like you would love it.
Is that in Disneyland or Disney World?
Disney World.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, no,
we'll have to go back. It's
Yeah.
brand new, and it is so fun. It's like kind of a kid's coaster, but like it's such a riot.
The thrill of being an Imagineer at Disney must be so fun.
Like just being a kid, like for your job. Yeah.
Anyway, we cut back to Woody and Buzz. Anyway, we cut back to Sid's house, and it's the next morning, and like Woody is being tortured by Sid. He has like a magnifying glass on Woody's head.
Right,
He's like burns a little burn circle in his head, and Sid somehow leaves the room to go do something, and Woody wants to run out because he leaves the door open, but all the Frankenstein toys are like, no, don't leave, and the toys don't talk. I don't understand why they don't talk.
I know.
They'll speak Morse code later, but they don't speak. Anyway, Woody tries to escape, and he grabs Buzz, and he does like his chop motion.
Yeah,
and Buzz is like, how are you doing that? But
still doesn't know.
Yeah, they escape the room, and they realize why the toys were telling them not to escape, because the guard dog is watching. And he's like sleeping by the stairs, and like, oh shit, we need to hide. Woody goes and hides in the closet, and Buzz hides in, I guess, like their dad's room, and the TV's on in the dad's room. And this is when
this broke my heart.
This scene always breaks my heart.
Same.
Because Buzz, it's like the moment you realize Santa's not real.
It is that devastating blow.
Buzz sees a commercial on the TV.
It's like, hey, Buzz Lightyear, and he literally thinks it's like space control trying to contact him. He gets so excited, and it's just a toy commercial for him. He's having this out-of-body experience as he suddenly realized, doesn't he? He flips up his arm flap, and it says "Made in Taiwan," which.
And he realizes like all those little gadgets are just
not real
of the toy, and he's realizes that Woody was right all along. He is a toy. And we have this little scene.
No, the flying scene is like maybe one of the saddest things I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my god. I mean, his demeanor totally changes. He like walks out of the room, everything's in slow motion, and he sees that this window is open above Sid's staircase, and he's like, you know what? He's like, I gotta try one last time to see if I can fly. And he gets to the top of the railing, and he jumps, and he thinks he's flying, and then all of a sudden he just starts falling. Oh god!
And then he breaks his arm.
Breaks his arm. I know.
Devastating.
So devastating. And he's just like at the bottom of the stairs, just
lying there,
totally given up. No. However, though, this leads to one of my favorite parts of the film, because Hannah, Sid's sister, runs into him. And she's like, oh my god, I have a new toy. Like, I'm so excited. And so Hannah takes Buzz and brings him upstairs. And Woody, like, comes out of the closet, and he's like, where's Buzz? And he hears Buzz's voice box go off. And he follows it to Hannah's room, and he sees that Hannah has a little tea party set up with all of her headless toys and Buzz Lightyear.
In an apron and a hat.
And an apron and a little flower hat. And
I will say, though, this is not how little girls played. This is the one moment where I was like, this movie was clearly written by men. Like, as we've discussed, little girls were always playing the most dramatic things. But, that being said, it is so fucking funny and so fucking cute. And Buzz, at first, when Woody starts talking to Buzz, I'm like, is Buzz drunk off this tea? And Buzz is drunk. He's like, I think you've had enough tea.
He's fully drunk, and he's like, this is my favorite line in the movie. When
was it about the hat?
When he's like, Buzz, I think you've had a little bit too much tea. And he's like, you see this hat? I'm Mrs. Nesbit. Like, who the fuck? Mrs. Nesbit is such a fucking chaotic name. I want that to be my drag name. But like Buzz is like fully convinced that he is like Mrs. Nesbit, like, and he starts like laughing maniacally, and like Woody has to slap him with his hand. Like, it's so funny, but like Buzz is fully having a crisis in this moment.
He is, and Woody essentially has to drag him out of the room, and he's like in his little apron. And I think Buzz has this like one throwaway line where he's like, "Did at least my hat look good?" And Woody's like,
"He's like, you are fucked up." Like, he is fucked up.
Yeah.
And then
he kind of ate that apron though. He looked good in it.
He did. I mean, the whole look, he was committing to the bit. He was like method acting. For
yeah,
sure.
I loved it.
Yeah. But Buzz is basically like tells Woody like, I tried to jump out the window and I fell and whatever. And him talking about the window sparks an idea in Woody that they should escape out of Sid's window, which he left open.
Yeah.
So Woody goes and brings Buzz to the window, and he calls to the toys in Andy's room from Sid's window. And he's like, guys, I'm alive. And they're like, at first they're like, oh my God, he's alive. And he throws a string light so that they'll cross. But then Mr. Potato Head's like, I don't want this motherfucker back in our room because he killed Buzz. Woody's like, Buzz is here. And he tries to get Buzz to go say hi to the toys,
Buzz
but he won't.
So depressed. He's
won't. Like so depressed. He's like having a psychosis. And
his whole identity is not even who he thought he was.
But Woody really wants the toys to think that Buzz is with him.
This was kind of fucked up. How did you feel about him using Buzz's dismembered arm to get his way back in? Are you kind of like, he's got to do what he got to, and you're defending your man?
Right. But like, I also am like, what are you going to do at the end of the day? Like when you start crossing and then there's just a hand.
Right. Did we think this through?
No, we didn't.
Right.
But anyway, it gets revealed that Woody was just using Buzz's severed hand to like get the toys' attention and think that they're buddy. And the toys realize that and they're like, oh, he's sicker than we thought. And they throw the string lights off and they shut the window and they're like, we're not bringing him back.
And it's so sad because earlier, like, you could tell that Slinky like loved Woody and like everything Woody said, like Slinky trusted. And Slinky, he's the last one to kind of pause and like look at Woody. Pixar always does this. They like pick that little thing in your heart and then they're like, nice!
Yeah.
You know? Like, and he kind of like, it's the one who loved him the most. That's the last one to kind of be like, and then draw the blinds. Like, it
was rough. All right, so they all close the window on poor Woody. I mean, he's not a anyway. They close the window on. He's not a saint. They close the window on Woody, and I don't know. Oh, Buzz is still like being depressed on Sid's floor, and Woody looks over and he sees all the like cannibal toys surrounding Buzz, and he thinks that Buzz is about to get eaten by all the toys. But he realizes that they're actually fixing Buzz and they attach his arm back to him. So they realize like, okay, no, these Frankenstein toys, they're just misunderstood. They're actually good. Yeah. They're actually good people.
We love. Mm-hmm.
And it was starting to be a wholesome moment. And then all of a sudden Sid enters the room with a new delivery he got in the mail, which is a rocket. And he's like, I want to blow up that cowboy doll, but Woody's hiding. But he sees that Buzz is like in the middle of the floor where he left himself. And he decides that he's going to explode Buzz Lightyear with the rocket. And he's going to do it now, but then the weather turns all shitty. He's like, I'll do it tomorrow when the weather's better. And we then cut to later that night. And Buzz is just like depressed, sitting, looking out the window. And Woody is stuck somehow in this crate.
I think he hid under the crate to hide from Sid. And then Sid put like his toolbox on top. So he's trapped.
So he's trapped in there. So they just are forced to be talking to each other. And Woody sees how depressed Buzz is. And he's like, he tries his best to like make him realize that he's actually a good toy. And I was proud of Woody here because he admitted some insecurity.
They were both very like vulnerable with each other.
Yes.
And Woody kind of like truthfully admits how cool he thinks Buzz is, because that's the root of all this. Like, he thinks Buzz is so cool, and he is insecure that like Andy's love of Buzz is going to take away from Andy's love of him, which is, I'm sure, something that everyone can relate to in some way.
Yeah.
And Buzz, meanwhile, is having this crisis of identity. Everything he thought he stood for, his purpose, everything has been stripped away. And Woody is like, no, it hasn't. You still have this amazing purpose to be part of this kid's life, and he loves you, and that matters. And it's like very like it's honestly like deep. And
I know, I was proud of him. This was like his one not narcissistic moment in the film.
We needed it. For him to be
but
redeemable.
I mean, maybe it wasn't. I don't know if it was fully selfless because this was meant to get Buzz to get out of his little funk, and it works.
It does.
And Buzz is like, well, shit, I guess you're right, and he like attempts to go save Woody from the box, but Sid arrives. The
alarm clock goes off, right?
Sid wakes up, and he's like, okay, time to go explode this toy. And
the way Sid was also sleeping on the bed, what?
Like a psycho. I mean, just add it to the fucking list.
Also, shoes in the house. This is the thing about Americans I don't understand. Why do you guys wear shoes in the house? It creeps me out.
We sometimes did, but like,
okay, you guys didn't really.
Like, I would never wear my shoes in my bedroom, or like anything.
This kid had his shoes in the bed, like on him in the bed. I was like,
yeah, you're psycho. I know.
But that is a very normalized thing here. Like, you just walk into parties, like in Canada, when we would have house parties, there's a pile of shoes, like when you walk in. Like, you just never wear them in the house. I don't know. It's like
I'm kind of spoiled in that way, though, because like sometimes I'll wear like my boots, and I'm like, I don't want to take my cute boots off.
I know.
And they're such a hassle to take off.
I know.
But anyway, no shoes. So Sid goes and takes Buzz to the backyard to go explode him, and Woody starts freaking out because he's like, what are we gonna do? And he gathers all the Frankenstein toys, and they basically plot this master plan to get somehow into the backyard without the dog killing them all, which works. Like they go through the fucking vents, and they
so like, intense ring the doorbell. Yeah.
But it's crazy because it works. They somehow lock the dog outside because Hannah like gets tripped by the dog, and she gets pissed off with her fucking Bob.
I know it was kind of like animal abuse multiple points with this dog. Yeah. Granted, the dog is trying to kill them, but they basically pull off this insane plot, which again I didn't totally understand, like toy rules, because they're like, we're gonna have to break like all of these rules, but they essentially trick Sid into thinking that all of his toys are alive. They are possessed, and they go so dramatically, like some of them come out of the mud, and when Woody spins his head all the way around, can you imagine if you were a child and this happened to you?
Oh yeah, he's fucked up for the rest of his life because no one's believing that story either.
And Hannah clocks it immediately, as every good sibling does. Sid is terrified of her joy, and she goes, she like
chases him. I was like, oh my god, that was one of my favorite moments in the film. I was like, girl, get your strength back.
As you fucking should, Hannah. As you should. Yeah,
and agreed. I was like, because that girl was through the fucking ringer. Like, she had no toys to her name because they all had their heads chopped off.
It was so sad. That tea party was so sad.
And she looked like Dora.
The Explorer?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
She did. The pink shirt and the bob.
Oh, maybe they took that from this.
I think they did. She looked very much like Dora. Anyway, girl, so proud of you. Get your flowers. And so anyway, this gives Buzz and Woody the chance to escape because they also see the moving truck is leaving Andy's house and they are driving away. So they're
stakes.
We need to get in. Did we even mention that Andy was moving?
I think we did at some point, yes.
There's this whole little subplot that Andy's about to move houses. And they see the moving truck is going, and they're like, we have to catch up with this truck. How are we going to do it? They chase after it.
It's so intense.
So intense. They somehow catch up to it. But
the toys shove them out because they're like, fuck you, Woody. Buzz isn't with you. But Woody is trying to use the RC controller thing to go catch up to Buzz. And this controller thing is like a dog a little bit. It can't totally talk. It's so cute. I felt so bad for it.
I know.
And basically the toys shove Woody out, and then Woody's with Buzz, and they're together on the thing. And they're almost going to catch up, and then the thing runs out of battery, and then they're like, oh, let's just light the rocket on your back. And then the car drives over, and like, I was like, oh my God.
It was literally like, it was like in the span of like 5 minutes, it was like, like
Yes.
a roller coaster of emotions.
Oh my God. And you think they really get you to the point where there's no hope. You're like, we're fucked. And that's when the light is shining through Buzz's helmet and Woody, who had almost previously been burned by Sid, goes, I know what we're going to do. Let's light the match on the rocket using your helmet and the sun.
And it fucking worked.
And it fucking works.
Instead of landing in the moving truck, they land right in the sunroof of Andy's car. And Andy's
they have they fly, this beautiful flying moment.
I know.
So
that
cute.
was so good. I was like, good for Buzz. Yeah. But yeah, they basically have this happy ending where they're reunited with Andy. And then we kind of have a cut to, I think it's Christmas. And everyone's buddy, and everyone's getting along, and they're listening to Andy open up his presents. And
there's a Miss Potato Head.
Mrs. Potato Head, who is like, in Toy Story 2, she's like so freaking funny.
I can't wait. I don't remember.
She is so funny. And then it ends with Buzz kind of worryingly listening to the radio, hoping that Andy doesn't get a toy that will replace him. And Woody's basically like, man, it's gonna be okay.
What could be worse than you?
Yeah, and then they hear that he gets a dog, and they're like, "Oh shit!" And then it ends. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
What a fucking trip this movie was.
How was it rewatching? Yeah, I want to know.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. Aww. I really, really love this film. I think it's just like I was genuinely laughing, like the jokes that were supposed
I agree.
To be funny.
So was I.
I laughed. It was heartfelt. It was nostalgic. It like makes you reminded of your childhood and playing with toys. Like it was just there was a lot of things about it that I really like. I think they did like a really, really good job with this film.
I completely agree. I also was like never bored. Like sometimes if we're watching a movie and I'm like checking the timestamp and I'm like, oh my god, I was not bored in this. It's very
I don't think I checked my phone once. Yeah.
Wow, that's big. That's big for a lot of people in our generation.
I know. So how many toy blocks would you give it out of 10?
This is so hard because I can appreciate this as being like a fantastic film while it's never gonna be like one of my faves. Mm-hmm. Which is a very weird thing for me. I think it's just, I don't know. This one doesn't hit me as much as some of the others, but I think it's amazing. I would honestly give it maybe like an 8.
An 8?
Yeah. But thematically, it could honestly go higher. What about you?
Yeah. I honestly, like, I really did enjoy it. And like I said, like, it is a lot for me to not look at my phone or even on the movies that I love. Like, even, with some of the better ones we watched and like, the fact that I was in it and like engaged, I don't know. I feel like I have to give it like a 9.5 for me.
No, but that makes sense. I mean, this is your man. This is your movie.
Right. And then like at the end of the day, like it wasn't like a Pocahontas where like I was crying. Like it wasn't like emotionally like like it wasn't gutting like that. But it was just like really enjoyable in a different way. Like it was such a good family film.
Yeah.
And
it is. It's like a Finding Nemo in that sense. Like such a good family film.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me it's up there. It's almost perfect. I wish there were more female characters, but
that is one thing I really noticed, and I think that makes it harder for me to watch. I'm like, there are no girls. There's no even like representation of girls playing, except for that 1 second of a tea party, and I was like, we didn't do this.
Yeah.
Kind of lit, but like not really. So, but all that being said, there's still like amazing parts in this.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I love this one. I love it. So should we talk about what's for next week?
Cat's coming out of the bag.
I mean, it's hocus pocus.
It's hocus pocus. What a bunch of hocus pocus.
What a bunch of hocus pocus.
And I would say I'm excited, but I already watched it.
You already watched it. I mean, can you give us a little preview? How did it fare?
Well, actually, I'd never seen this movie until a week before it got voted. I watched it with my friend Seth, which I'm glad my first watch was just like a casual watch.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it. I was literally like, sobbed. Yeah. I sobbed at the end. I was like,
yeah.
So I can't wait to dive in. You?
I know. I cannot wait to rewatch this film. I mean, I think I haven't seen it in maybe like 4 or 5 years.
Okay, it's gonna be a fun rewatch, I think.
Yeah. And did you see there's now Hocus Pocus 2?
Yes. Have you seen it? I've heard it's terrible.
Oh no, I haven't seen it.
I haven't either. I
Oh,
kind of want
God.
to, honestly, but I've
I
heard it's
know.
terrible.
Oh God, oh no. I know that I mean they did Enchanted 2 and that one broke my heart for how bad it was.
Was it bad? Because I loved Enchanted.
Enchanted 1 is like top 5 favorite Disney movies.
Really? I see
Because
you kind of in Giselle a little bit. I see that.
Okay, thank you. It's just like, I mean, it's so tongue in cheek. It's so self aware. It's like, you know, that's and for me that gets so much creative points and all the like the little Easter eggs in that film.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. But yeah,
it's really good.
Okay, well, I love y'all so fucking much.
Love you guys. Thanks for requesting this one. I think you really wanted this for Brett and Woody's background. I hope we gave the people what they wanted. Now we know the full backstory.
Yeah.
And if you're a man out there and you kind of look like Woody, honestly, maybe shoot your shot. No.
Shoot your shot.
Martin shot his shot and look what happened.
Right.
So, you know.
You never know.
You never know.
Maybe we should have a little Brett's Bachelor with people that look like they could be toys.
Wait. I was so with you until
yeah, okay. I don't know. I mean, I'm just spitballing here. If you look like
I was gonna say like let's go through your DMs and do Brett's Bachelor, but like
that could be fun too.
Wouldn't that be kind of fun?
Yeah, if that ever, I would consider it.
I would love to go through your DMs. I just know there's some stuff in there that I want to read.
There's some bad ones, yeah, but they're always so entertaining to me. I'm like, God, you shot your shot, and you know what? You never know
what
into reality,
that, but you're like,
someone might be into that. Yeah,
right.
Like,
you're like, not this one and not this girl, but good job.
But good job. You tried your best. Yeah. Anyway, I love y'all so fucking much.
Love you guys.
If you like us so much, leave a review on Apple. Or can you leave reviews on Spotify?
No, but you can answer our poll. I post a poll every week. It's like the default, what did you like about this episode? And I realized I can publish the answers. So I'm trying to publish your guys' answers now. The appropriate ones.
God. Yeah, well. So it would be fun to like read reviews the one episode. That would be funny if we could like read what people say. Oh, yes, I would love that. I would okay, anyway.
Too. Oh, and come check out our Patreon too if you guys are not there. Brett posted a room tour. We did an episode on queer dating. We're trying to post a ton more content there. Our favorite Disney men. Yeah, and we got to do our favorite Disney men too.
Oh. Ooh, I should do that. I'll do that next week.
Do that next. Okay. And I'll do it after I see yours. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Love y'all so much.
Love you guys.
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When the road lies.